Imaginary Goddess. So I'm back today with another deck profile. Today I'm going to be doing the new Dimension Police, or at least one of my variants of the deck. Starting right off, my starter is Dimension Robo Die Magnum. I'm not using the Die Shoot, because Die Shoot is basically the same thing, but it has a Generation Break 1 requirement, but it also gives you a, if it hits a Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire. So it gives you an extra ability. I use this one though because a lot of the times I will not be at Generation Break and I need to I want this effect off, or I need to activate an effect by having another Dimension Robo install. So more often than that, this has actually been a detriment in playtesting. So this is what I run, and that's why I run it. So going to triggers, of course, 4 heals, Dimension Robos. Heals are heals. So then I run 4 Dimension Robo draws, pretty standard lineup, and of course 8 Dimension Robo crits. So full Dimension Robo lineup there. Just cause. And then I run 4 Cosmic Hero Vanguards. This is the unflip 1 perfect shield that can only guard the Vanguard. Main reason I run it is because there's a lot of counterblast in this deck. So really nice to unflip things, and in general, they're not really going to have a lot of full rear guard lines anyway. So then I run 3 Daikaisers. This is the 10k attacker, and then 3 Delians, and that's the unlimiter, and mainly because there's limit break 4 units in this deck. It's actually quite helpful. Then I run 4 Commando Laurels. A Laurel is restricted in Japan for obvious reasons, and he makes the deck really powerful. My problem is I don't really draw them when I need them, or I end up riding one, which sucks. You can always lower the count and up your Die Tigers, up your Die Guards or whatever. But I'd recommend at least 2 Laurels in this format until they restrict them. Then in the Grade 2s, I run 4 Die Jets. It's really nice. Generation Break 1, put a Grade 3 back into the deck, plus 4k to ban, and Van gets when it hits, plus 1 draw card. So it lets you put more Grade 3s back into the Vanguard, back into the deck, so that you can have more Grade 3 checks, which you want in this deck. So then 4 Die Dragons is the 12k attacker for D Robos, and then 2 Grand Fires. This could be the 10k Dimension Robo works as well. I have Grand Fires just because it gets a G Break 1, counterblast 1, Taser Vanguard, plus 4k to 2 different units, if it's boosted. So it's really good in that aspect to give you more power. Then Grade 3s, I run 2 D-Yards. This could be the Break Ride as well. I find that the Break Ride is not as good though for this deck, because you want certain cards on the Vanguard circle. So this helps you get that and gives it plus 4k for the turn. And then I run the Ultimate Daiushas. Again, it's actually fairly decent with the limit break, or whatever. It's actually a 13k plus 1, 13k double crit. So it's pretty decent. Not too bad, and certainly not your ideal red though. Then 4 True Daikaisers, and that's why I run the Ultimates, because it's a Legion with it. This is it essentially has Daikaiser's Break Ride ability, counterblast 1, check Grade 3, kill one of the shields. So it's pretty decent in that regard, and that's why you want to shuffle back in Grade 3s. I think this, 9 Grade 3s works out pretty well in this deck, because you don't kill too many of your ratios too much. If you're lowering your Grade 2s even more, then you probably want to run the Enigma Chain. In general, fairly decent success. For my strides, I run 4 DRs. It's a Counterblast 2. Once per turn, unflip itself from G-Zone, and search your deck for Grade 3 and Grade 2 with D-Robo. Call them separate rear guards. Then, if the number of G-Zone D-Robos is 2 or more, unflipped, then you get another crit. Mainly use this to refresh your field. I only need 2 of them though, don't plan to use it a lot in the deck. Then I run 2 Omegas. I really recommend him being in the lineup for any Deep Police deck. Just too good. But because you Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, put a rear guard of yours in Soul when you play it, then your opponent's front row gets minus whatever. So really good, especially since I have access grade 3, so I'll be using those. Then 1 X-Rogue, recommended for most decks that run a Laurel, just because 37, if it hits, you can choose one of your opponents, or your opponent chooses a rear guard and retires it. Just a reminder though, Laurel actually is a, if it hits anything, I believe so. If you have it hit up your rear guard, it still works, which is nice. And I run X-Tiger. It's a lot better than I thought. He is a choose a face down from G-Zone, turn it face up. When this attacks with Vanguard, you can do that, and it gets +4 for each face up G-Zone to end of that battle. So technically this could do it multiple times and get stronger if you do Laurel. And it gets a plus extra crit if it's above 4,500. But you use this to try to end the game, and early on it gets even better. So that's my True Daikaiser Stride deck. It's fairly decent, and well, I hope you guys have fun with it. And it's been Ash. See you guys later.